Hey, Long Beach. Hey, Long Beach. It's Jerlene, candidate Tatum. I'm here with an update for folks that were waiting for me to go live. Apologies. Had to wait for the teenager to finish practicing the trumpet. So give me just a moment. Want to share this in a few places. Just a moment as I share. All right. Hope everyone is doing well. It is, what's today? December 11th, 2023. It is 85 days until Election Day. Give me just a few more moments. I want to share this to a few other places. All right. And I'm doing something new tonight. I am about to do something I have not done. Here we go. I'm going live on Instagram. This is new. So, hey, Long Beach and everywhere else, is Jerlene Tatum, candidate for the Long Beach Unified School District Area 2. 85 days until Election Day. I am here with an update for folks that were waiting on me. Apologies. I had to wait for the teenager to finish playing the trumpet. So y'all didn't want that in the background. I'm telling you, you didn't want that in the background. But I'm doing something a little bit different today. I have Instagram on right now. And oh, weird. It's got like, okay, y'all, I don't do Instagram, but it's weird. It's giving me some rosy cheeks. So if you're watching this on Instagram right now, apologies for the rosy cheeks. I have no idea how to change this setting. I don't know why it's making me look different. So anyway, today is December 11th. I am an official candidate on I will be on the March 5th ballot. And so part of my update is talking to folks about what the nomination process looks like. So the nomination process opened up in November and it closed December 8th, which was last Friday. So I believe I've been an official candidate since the 7th. So what does that mean? So part of the nomination process, and I think I may have shared this in another video, is you have to go pick up paperwork, and voters that live in your voting area have to basically give you permission or support. I don't want to say support, but verify that they want you on the ballot. So I had a piece of paper that had spaces for names, address, and I went to voters that live in my area, the area that I'm running for, or districts. It's referred to as area 2 or district 2 school board area, to get signatures. So anyone, what's going on? I lost signal for just a moment. Not sure what that was all about. So anyone who signed my papers, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the early morning meetups and the late night meetups to gather those signatures. Because of you, I'm on the ballot. So for my race, the school board race, I needed 20 signatures. So I got 20 plus some, just in case there was an issue with signatures. But something that I did, I actually took the time to verify what the signatures, the people were actual registered voters. Okay, I don't know if I'm moving slow here. It seems like my computer keeps slowing down. So anyway, the nomination process closed. I received a phone call from the county registrar's office. The county registrar's office is where I had to go file my papers. So for individuals that are running in Long Beach for city council or a local Long Beach seat, they have to go to the clerk, the city clerk, to file their papers. But for the school board race, is considered county, so I had to go to the county. So again, that closed on November 8th. I'm official. All right, so that's one thing. Let's see, I have a little list in front of me. Where'd my list go? Endorsements. Okay, so many people have been asking me, who's endorsing you? Okay, so I shared a little bit about endorsements before, and endorsements is basically that's just it endorsing. Someone endorses you, someone supports you, and those endorsements are can be from individuals or organizations that are not nonprofit organizations, organizations that are they have like what their 50 I think they're 501c4s that have some kind of political advocacy arm attached to them. They can endorse a political candidate. So, how does this endorsement process work? Well, a candidate will generally either be invited to be interviewed for an endorsement from an organization, or they will fill out an application, and that application will give them an opportunity to be endorsed by an organization. I have been interviewed by 3 organizations. I was interviewed by Carpenters 562, or actually, I think it's actually I've been interviewed by more. And I was interviewed by ILW 13 and I believe 64 and 93. I need, or is 6394. ILW 13 is the bargaining, negotiating unit for the longshoremen. So I filled out an application, got an opportunity to interview, and I did a live commentary about that, about how I felt leaving that process. I felt very good about it. Just because I felt good about it and I felt the interview went well does not mean I'm going to get it. I was also interviewed by another local organization here in Long Beach. Um, a bit. I have to say, I have to say, I'm very proud that I was not only interviewed by the this organization. I was interviewed and I have been given the endorsement, and that is the Long Beach Reform Coalition. So if you know anything about the Long Beach Reform Coalition, it's a group of rebel rousers that are fighting for their respective communities that they live in, community members across the city of Long Beach. So I was interviewed by their interview panel, and they have endorsed me. And I'm actually really excited because that group is made up of community members similar to me who have skin in the game and who have been fighting hard for their respective communities. Now, I can tell you this, and I'm be very honest, there are members of that organization that I've bumped heads with over the years, but there's one thing about that group: there's mutual respect among all of us, and we love the city of Long Beach. So today, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, the Democratic Party is having their interview process. I don't know if that's today or tomorrow. I did not submit an application. And I've been getting messages about why I did not submit an application. I got a hair that is like doing the most right now. That I did not submit an application to be interviewed for endorsement by the Democratic Party. One, our races, this race that I'm in, is a nonpartisan race. And I have watched the party system, I don't want to say infiltrate, but cause these races to be unbalanced in a sense. This is just my observation. And some of the things that I've observed, I made a choice to not submit the application. One, I have to be honest, I don't believe that I would have been the endorsed candidate. One, because I don't subscribe to this concept of my political party knows everything. So, if I shared before, I'm a registered Democrat. I have been for a long time. I wasn't always. I was registered undeclared for many years. Prior to that, I was registered Democrat. And there were some things that I saw that made me register to be undeclared. But I do not like the influence that the party systems have on our local government. I don't think it's appropriate. One, this race is nonpartisan. And if anyone wants to have any further conversation with me about that, I am open to that. Um, so I didn't submit an application. So it's not because I wasn't selected for an interview or didn't, try. Or tried and didn't get it. I just didn't try. So I want that to be known and out there. And so on other organizations, I have been told there's many organizations in our city that are connected to our city that they were told not to interview me. They were told not to invite me um, because I am not the candidate of choice by certain political players in the city of Long Beach. And I'm thankful for the information that I receive from different people. And the way that I look at it, some of the organizations, I think they lack some integrity. So I'm okay with it. That means that I did not have to go through this smoke and mirrors type of activity just to be told no, we're not endorsing you. So again, that's something if people want to talk to me, and I know before I've done some commentary on endorsements, I think it matters. I think endorsements should matter more than they do. And I believe that people look at a list of endorsements and they see these names and they see these positions and they just automatically believe that that person is the best candidate, when oftentimes these endorsements that are received by some of these candidates, those that are endorsing them have no idea who that candidate is. They don't know what contribution they've brought to the table. They don't know anything about them. They don't know if they've been serving their community. All they know is that this candidate has come before them and that they filled out an application and they did great in an interview, or somebody told them that they need to endorse them. So when the things start rolling out and you start seeing all these mailers with endorsements on it, really be conscious of that. Okay. And so for me, what matters most for me as a candidate is being endorsed by people who live, work, play, and contribute to my community and to the city of Long Beach. So when you see my supporter list, it is going to be made of people who live, work, play, and contribute to the well-being of this city. And like I said, if someone wants to have further conversation with me on that, we can have a conversation. Okay, so I want to talk about endorsements, nomination. What else did I want to talk about? I think I forgot. What else was I going to talk about today? Oh, my platform. But before I get that, what is my time frame? Okay, I'm at 12 minutes now. Don't want to go past 20 minutes. What else was I going to talk about? So I got to check my notes here. Got to check my notes. Thank you to folks who have been contributions, supporting me. Contributions. So going back to endorsements, another reason why people get endorsements, because oftentimes those organizations that have endorsed, that endorsement comes with commitment of money. So again, look at where the money is coming from. Do you believe in that organization that has contributed to your candidate? Ask the question. So that kind of goes back to the getting certain organizations. I didn't apply because I don't stand with them or for them, and I don't want them attached to me. So, but on contributions, so folks, let me drop this here. How do we do this? Comment. How do you support me financially? Okay, contributions. Contributions are very important to candidates. And that's why oftentimes candidates will sell them their souls to these endorsement groups, because they want money. Money does matter in political campaigns. You have to have money in order to reach a voter. You have to be able to print materials. You have to be able to make phone calls. You have to be able to do things such as know who are the voters. But something like one of my major expenses so far was for a candidate statement. So my candidate statement cost $1,500. So that $1,500 that I paid for my candidate statement came from people who made financial contributions to me. Now, I could tell you something I've done. I've made financial contributions to myself. So I've done that because I believe in myself. So that's something I think that is also important. Has that candidate made a contribution to themselves? I've made a contribution to my own committee. So who are contributions made to? Contributions are to a committee. Every candidate who is receiving money has to have something called a committee. The name of my committee is Tatum for School Board 2024. And then I have a number that's attached to that. That is by law. Every candidate has to have a committee in order to receive funds. And then it's a very rigid process in the way in which these funds have to be received, or these funds have to be paid out. So if I hire someone to do work for me, I am required by law to provide a record that I'm paying them. They have to fill out a tax record stating that they're being paid by me. And all of that has to be recorded, because all of that goes onto a record, a public record that anyone can take a look at. Now, going back to candidate statements. Well, what is a candidate statement? So this is an old, yes, I'm a paper, I'm a paper hoarder, y'all. This is an old election voter guide. And in this voter guide, and this does not relate to our local city or whatever, but it has candidate statements. So the expense that I made, the $1,500, means that I am going to have a written candidate statement in the booklet that comes out, the voter booklet that comes out for everyone to make their decision from. So I hope people read my candidate statements. I've been told that buying a candidate statement is a waste of money. I've been told that, that nobody reads them. I am connected to folks that actually read. So I kind of like, well, I read it. So since I read it, I want to make sure I have a candidate statement. But contributions are necessary. I dropped the link on how people can make a contribution to me. You can make the contribution online. You can use PayPal, credit card. You can also, there's an address if you want to put it in the mail. You put it in the mail, there's no, the fee that's attached to that is the fact that you got to put a stamp on it, and it takes a little bit longer. There is a small fee that comes off the top of a contribution, and it states that when you get ready to make the contribution, you can pay for that fee. So if you want to give me a contribution for $50, but you want me to have that full $50, and you pay the fee that's attached to that. So you would just, and see, and I will, here, I'm just going to go ahead and let's see, do I have this somewhere? I'm going to share. So I'll show everyone what it looks like. So you can't say, I don't know, I didn't see it. This is what my contribution page looks like. So pretty much the majority of the candidates that I've seen, they're using the same engine. They're using e-fundraising for their fundraising. But this is what it looks like. All you have to do is click on the link. At the bottom, there's an address that you can mail a check to. Right here, it shows that I have a committee and an FPCC ID, which is required by law. Contributions over $100. Candidates cannot accept contributions over $100 in cash. It is illegal. So if you encounter a candidate that's like, oh, I could take your cash, I could take your $100, that is illegal. $99, they can take cash, but it has to be recorded as so. Also, contributions that are $99 and below, your name is not listed in the campaign material. So for folks that are watching on Instagram, if people are actually watching on Instagram, what I'm doing right now because I'm streaming this to YouTube and Facebook, and I'm showing my contribution page. What I can do is drop, I guess, a link into this. Like I said, I'm new to the Instagram thing. So if you're watching, yay, thanks for watching. And excuse those rosy cheeks. I have no idea why I look like that on the screen, y'all. So, but this is how easy it is to make a contribution. So something that people have asked, if you notice the address for my committee says Political Reporting Plus, and it goes to a location in Inglewood. Well, my treasurer, I have hired a treasurer that manages my finances for me. That way I don't actually touch the money, right? I can take a check from you and I can have it delivered to my treasurer, but I don't touch it. So someone had asked me, oh my God, well, why are you have an Inglewood address and you're running for Long Beach School Board? Because that's where the treasurer happens to be located. And I decided to choose a treasurer that I felt comfortable with, that the person that runs the treasury company I've known for a very long time, and I trust them. And they have, and I kind of saw what their client list looks like, and they are the real deal. So please don't be alarmed when you see an Inglewood address. That is just a physical address that's required by law. A candidate must have a physical address in order to receive money in for a committee. So if you see someone and they got a post office box, they may be shucking and jiving. Okay. All right. Okay, someone just sent me a message. Excuse that ding. Let's see. Contributions. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, wait, my platform. So it's really interesting. A lot of folks have been asking, well, what is my platform? I've shared before the role and responsibilities of a school board member. When a school board member makes decisions, they don't make a decision that is only going to impact the schools in their district. They make decisions with the entire board. In Long Beach's case, there's 5 board members. So the board members should be on some type of accord in making decision. Now, rubber stamp everything, be in agreement with everything, I find that very problematic. Yet it is required, or I believe that school board members should be making decisions in unison that are going to best serve the entire district. So when people are asking me, well, what are you going to do as a school board? I will not be doing anything by myself. Okay. That just first of all, as a school board member, because it doesn't work that way. Yet there are certain things that I do plan on supporting and ushering in, and things that I, as an individual board member, can do when it comes to connecting with my constituency. So when people are asking me what my platform is, so I'm going to list some things, and this is, it's there are many things that the district that I would love to see happen in the district, right? But this is kind of, some of it is easy peasy, and some of it is will be policy driven. That as an individual, I can bring forth to the board and bring forth to administration for policy change. But something, the very first one that I think is very important, as a school board member, I intend on communicating with my constituency. Now, a few days ago, I read some of the bylaws about what communication is or should not be, or what is expected. It's very interesting. I got to go back and read that again. But I plan on communicating with my constituency. That has not happened currently. So that is a major priority on my list as serving as a school board member. Uh, Next item, support student and teacher safety. It's very broad. It's work that I've already been involved in, as far as making sure that there's policies in place that are properly serving um, our students, educators, safety wise. We've had a lot of incidents in Long Beach Unified just in the past week that are related to safety. But that's one item. Um, Increase school counselors. I'm going to talk more about that specific item because I believe school counselors tie into student success. Okay. The student and supporting students' safety. I believe that ties in, but increase. I'm going to advocate and champion for an increase in counselors. Right now, Long Beach Unified only has 120 counselors. Okay. Um, Support implementation of resources, academic resources, supports, and monitor them. Those things are in place in Long Beach Unified. It's a $1.3 billion budget. So it's there, but how are they being monitored? Do we know that they exist? That goes back to communicating with constituency, right? That goes back, does the people that live in my area know that there are academic resources available for them? Do teachers know that there's academic resources available for their students? Expand opportunities for parent involvement. That's broad. I'll talk more about that later. And engage parents in the parents, guardians, community stakeholders. And with everything, I've said parents, but in stating parents, I also mean guardians. That could be auntie, that could be uncle, whoever it is that is working with that child. So when I say parents, I'm not just meaning just parent, I'm meaning guardian. I'm a guardian to two of my children. I am not their biological parent, but I am their parent. But on paper, it's a guardian. Okay. But engage parents, guardians, and stakeholders in the annual budget. LCAP, Local Control Accountability Plan. So that's it. And what I'll do, I will make a shorter video that just says that because people want to know that. And that's all my updates for now, people. So you can support. Oh, so a couple things. Please like, react, share, comment, drop questions in the comment section so that I can come back and answer questions. Also, are you watching my 2 minutes and 24-second daily lives? And that is just sharing information about Long Beach Unified, some facts, some data, a little bit of information about me. Have you joined my mailing list? Please join my mailing list, my emailing list. But then there's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I've been trying to be on X, but that whole X thing, every time I open that app, my mind goes somewhere else. So anyway, it's time for me to shut this down. Is Jerlene Tatum, candidate for the Long Beach Unified School District Board 2024. And hashtag Team Table. Oh, I have an event tomorrow. If you're watching this, I have an event tomorrow. Please check out my social media pages. 5:45 to 7 p.m. It's gonna be a very short event, y'all. I don't do the talking heads, but it's my kickoff event and fundraiser. Bring yourself. And one thing that I would love for my supporters, my community supporters, to make a financial contribution, but their time is more valuable to me than anything. So just because it says fundraiser, please don't allow that to keep you away. Please come. Please connect with me. And that's it. I will be back. And hopefully I'll try to do these more often. Screen blacked out again. Hashtag Team Tatum.